Good evening. I know your plates are coming out, and please continue to enjoy your meal, but we are going to begin the program. Thank you for attending the inaugural Gold Force Gala at Georgia Southwestern State University. My name is Stephen Snyder from the GSW Foundation and University Advancement. And one quick item of housekeeping, if you didn't know, the Wi-Fi password for GSW guest is Gold Force with a capital G and a capital F. Gold Force, no spaces. Tonight you will hear stories from students and alumni alike about strong leadership, remarkable citizenship, career success, selfless generosity, and overcoming obstacles. That reminds me of something my father used to say: when one door closes, another will open. He's a good philosopher, but a terrible cabinet maker. We do have several wonderful people to honor tonight, and we have some special guests in the audience. Local State Representative Mike Chokas is here, along with his wife, Dr. Gaynor Chokas, who is our Dean from the College of Business and Computing. No need to stand. Good to have you, Mike. A new member to our local legislative delegation, Representative Patty Bentley, could not be here tonight, but some of her friends and elected officials from Macon County are here with us, so it's good to have you. I'd like to welcome GSW Alumni Association President Amy Benton, with all of the members of the Alumni Association Board. Chairman of the GSW Foundation Board of Trustees, Ricky Arnold, is also here, as are many foundation trustees, and our President Neil Weaver and his wife Christy Weaver. You may hear a few common themes tonight, like this is the first annual event, and this event would not be possible without. Well, this inaugural Gold Force Gala would not be possible without the help of many people we will recognize throughout the night. I would first like to thank our gold sponsor of the evening, Aladdin Campus Dining, for their support and their tireless preparation for tonight's meal. As you might suspect, there are more people here this evening representing Aladdin than would normally be here on a given day, so thank you. I would also like to thank, yeah, please. I would also like to recognize and say thanks to the group of individuals responsible for planning this event, led by Angela Smith, Jenny Lee Herrick, John Tankersley, David Jenkins, Sean McGee, Jen Smith, Angie Christmas, Lynn Bailey, Chelsea Collins, Bob Slinker, Royce Hackett, and Leon Holloway and his team at Gatewood Flower Shop. Special thanks to GSW Physical Plant Director Jen Smith and the physical plant staff who have truly helped transform this space into something beautiful. You will hear us giving thanks throughout the night. Also, throughout the event, you can keep track with your silent auction items remotely. And if you, for some reason, need medical attention, there is a first aid station just outside this main room. Without question, we are gathered here to fellowship, to enjoy a wonderful meal, and to raise awareness and raise money for scholarships at Georgia Southwestern State University. We are also here to honor and recognize what our alumni have accomplished and what our students can accomplish when a family-like atmosphere of support is behind them. A part of that family includes the university's generous donors. Because of them, $1 million is granted to 300 students each year in the form of scholarships through the GSW Foundation. And because of your advocacy and donations to athletics, academic programs, and everything in between, we are making more of an impact for students than ever. Over the last 5 years, the number of donors has increased by more than 80%, and the total gifts by more than 60%. You may be aware that we are in the midst of a $1 million scholarship fundraising campaign aptly named propel between now and January 2024. At this very event next year, we expect to make an announcement of a successfully completed campaign. And I'm grateful to report that as of today, we have already raised over $510,000 towards that $1 million. Now, please enjoy this video that communicates the impact scholarships have on our students and how those students will one day pay it forward.
My name is Bailey Christian. I am from Jackson, Georgia. I graduated last December with my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. I am currently taking long-term care courses in order to stay eligible for softball so I can play my last season. Throughout the duration of my college career here, I have received multiple scholarships that allowed me to graduate debt-free between my athletic scholarships, my Zell Miller scholarship, Pope Caregiving, my leadership, and my nursing scholarships that I received. These have been such a great help, and it's just incredible that I was able to get my bachelor's degree with no student loans, not having to pay anything out of pocket, and I am extremely appreciative.
My name is KJ Daniels. I'm a junior chemistry major and computer science minor here at GSW. I am in the African American Male Institution and the GSW Chemistry Club. I was interested in environmental chemistry because at my high school, Sherwood Christian Academy, one of my peers' father, during something we called Shadow Day, actually asked me to shadow under him because I was interested in chemistry at the time. He let me come to advanced environmental technologies where we did basic water quality testing and bacteria testing. And so that's how I also was led to do water quality analysis here at GSW during my sophomore year.
Hi, I'm Edith Acevedo. I'm from Leesburg, Georgia. I'm a freshman here at GSW. I'm majoring in biology because I want to pursue my passion in forensics. I've had a passion for it since I was little, just watching all the crime shows growing up. It just something sparked in me. I was actually a Lee County cadet when I was in high school, and I did just about everything regarding law. I took my law course in high school, and I got my cord for that. Growing up, my parents were like, we want you to go to college, do something that you can get off by 5 and spend time with your family. And when I found GSW, I was so excited because not only was it close to home, but they were nice enough, and I'm so grateful about it. They were nice enough to offer me a scholarship, and with the scholarships, it really helped. My parents only pay a certain amount out of their pocket. The scholarships with the Pell Grants, GSW giving me a scholarship, Hope Scholarship. My parents are so grateful. I'm grateful. It's like a blessing in disguise.
My mom was very involved in helping us look for scholarships, and we applied for them every night. And she told us the worst they can say is no, but you can't get the scholarship if you don't apply. And because of that, my twin sister and myself were able to graduate with no loans, no debt whatsoever. I mean, it's incredible.
I'm grateful for the scholarships I received, especially because last semester I wouldn't be able to attend. And it just really showed me how much scholarships are important for college students and how important those donors are to the college students. And although I may not know any donors personally, they really are impactful on students' lives. And it's something that just both sides, they don't really realize it until they hear about it or they see it happen.
Hi, my name is Doug Moses. Born and raised in Ocilla, Georgia. Came to Georgia Southwestern in 1993 and was here for 4 years and got my bachelor's degree in accounting. Started my career at Malden Jenkins. Been there going on 24 years. I'm a partner in our governmental practice, and it's been great. I was able to get the Hope Scholarship, some other scholarships as well. I can't remember some of the names, but those scholarships were tremendous in allowing me to stay in school. The that my first quarter, my mother had a nervous breakdown and had to be institutionalized for several months. And those scholarships helped me to, and some of the money I had put back allowed me to stay in school and also pay her bills while she was not home for like 3 months. And so, receiving scholarships were tremendous. And so, that's why it's important to me at this moment, as well as in the past, to give back to the university, to provide scholarships for the next generation of kids, because I know how hard it was for me, financially, to attend school.
My name's Ben Andrews. I'm from the class of 1980. I got a BS in science here before going off to medical college. And I came back here to Americas after being in the military and been working here ever since in the emergency department. And I'm a recipient of an alumni scholarship from alumni that were generous enough to help me go to Southwestern. So I want to give that back by giving to this college, this university, so that future students can benefit like I did.
Hi, my name is Michelle Gatton Andrews, and I graduated from Georgia Southwestern in 1984, and I got a BA in English with a minor in business, and while I don't work for a paycheck, I guess I'm a philanthropist. I do a lot of volunteer work to help make our community a better place, or my little corner of it, and I too was the recipient of an alumni scholarship, and it really made the difference in our family finances. And it was such a blessing that alumni had felt led to give to this scholarship so that we could have a future too.
I used to get letters from GSW about, making donations and contributions for various scholarships, but I never responded. I never addressed it until Rudolph Patterson, who was my mother's attorney that helped her get her Social Security benefit started, encouraged me to give back, to be involved, not just in making donations and contributions, but to get involved with certain associations and boards at Georgia Southwestern. So it was, I credit, Rudolph Patterson. He's no longer with us. He's passed a few years back, but he encouraged me to give back, and I haven't stopped, ever since then. And that was probably in 2003 when I started making, contributions and donations to the university.
GSW is a treasure. We're so lucky to have two great schools here in Americas, and we want it to stay here, to keep growing, and to attract the caliber students that we've enjoyed meeting. Well, I think that people sometimes mistakenly think that their donations aren't going to count unless there are many, many zeros behind them. And we haven't always been able to give as much as we wanted. Over the years, we've tried to increase it, but I feel like every little bit helps. And it's just a good thing for the community that we can give back to this community that grew us.
Providing scholarships to these students, for some, if they didn't receive scholarships, they wouldn't be able to stay in school. Some have, families to try to support while trying to go to college as well and work. So every little bit helps, whether it's, $25, $50, $100, or thousands of dollars. So I just encourage everyone to just give back, whether you are a graduate of GSW or maybe you live in the community and graduated from somewhere else.
Without the scholarships that I had received, I probably wouldn't have even thought about even attending college, because with the prices, I was so scared that I was gonna make myself or my parents go to debt that I was even too scared. But with the help of these scholarships, it really gave me that push, like, hey, I'm capable of doing this and I can overcome that fear, because I didn't really have to worry about it anymore.
It absolutely blows my mind that people who have never met me, never seen me, probably never even heard of me, have invested their money into my education and for me to pursue my dreams and my career. And I can't even explain how thankful I am for that.
Good evening. I'm Angela Smith, and I proudly serve in the Office of Alumni Affairs here at Georgia Southwestern State University. I'm so thrilled to see all of you here in this magical space, which just this past Wednesday saw our Lady Canes, who are undefeated at home, log another win. Go Canes. These athletes are on fire and are currently number 1 and 15 at 1. Currently number 1 and 15 and 1. This is an exciting time to be on the campus of Georgia Southwestern, and this evening is no exception. This gala has taken a village of amazing people to make it happen, and I can't thank them enough for giving of their time, talents, and treasures to bring this to fruition. We're gathering tonight to celebrate some amazing people, and it is an extreme privilege to recognize those who will share the spotlight this evening as they are honored as our outstanding alumni this year. Throughout this evening, you will see video introductions for each recipient, and we want to thank all of the special friends and colleagues who shared personal thoughts and observations about each winner. These videos would not have been made possible were it not for Mr. Bob Slinker, right there in the back. Wave, Bob. Who worked tirelessly to put them together in such a way that will be memorable for all of you, but most especially our honorees. So without further ado, let's get this party started. So we will begin with the Family Legacy Award, given to a multi-generational family with a tradition of attending GSW, and a family that has shown continued interest in and support of the university.
Well, I guess my first exposure to the Turner family could have possibly been when I was in college. I took an algebra class and flunked out. And I believe Turner was the teacher. But anyway, I went back, took it, passed it again another time. But most of the Turner family I know is on the Fletcher side. And I've known the Fletchers, the farmer Fletchers. I went to high school with two of Mike's brothers. Mike's a few years younger than me. He went to school with my wife, Judy. And he was just a little fellow back then. But I think he outkicked his coverage when he married Cheryl Turner. Got to meet Terrell again when I moved back to town and joined the Kiwanis Club, and was a very devoted member of Kiwanis, an active member. But he always helped. He was always ready to read in the reading program that we do at the schools. He volunteered every time that he could, was very loyal. Anytime we sold trees or did anything else with the Kiwanis Club, Terrell was there. When you think about the Turner family, Terrell and Janie really laid a great foundation through their children, and that was again instilled into their grandchildren, Maggie and Michael, who have carried on that same tradition in building the same types of families that they have. It's nice to see all these generations kind of piling up together and still here. Jim and Bobby and Cheryl were all graduates of Georgia Southwestern College, and I was too. And I believe they feel the same way about Georgia Southwestern as I do. They want to support it. They want to be here and present at different things that go on. Since the first generation came here in the 60s from the Turner side, they actually have joined forces with the Fletchers, who've been here for hundreds of years. And I think that helped them along the way somewhere, become more involved in the community itself. And definitely Terrell instilled in his children the sense of family, of religion, and of serving the community. So therefore, it is my privilege to introduce the Turner family as the Georgia Southwestern Family Legacy Award winner for this year.
So, Jody was not as smart as I was. I never took my daddy's algebra course. I think Cheryl's the only one of us that actually was brave enough to darken that door. I never knew when we moved to America what Georgia Southwestern would mean to us as a family. The professors were our friends. Their children were our best friends growing up. We all sprung board from this institution to do other things. This is our beginning and our roots. And my mama would be so proud if she could be here and see this. So thank you very, very much.
That's great. All right.
Congratulations, Turners and Fletchers. I want to take a moment to thank Mike Leader and GSW Athletics Department for allowing us to take over the Storm Dome this evening, and for all that they are doing to build our athletics program and the Cane spirit at each athletic event. Mark your calendar for May 12th for the 4th annual Hailstorm, which will this year be at Wolf Creek. I also want to take a personal privilege to thank the GSW Alumni Association Board of Directors for all that they do to unite and encourage alumni loyalty and engagement, and for their personal support of and involvement in the university. Leading the group for this past 2 years is our next awardee and recipient of the Leewynn J. Finklea Award, named in honor of our first alumni director. This award recognizes outstanding alumni service to GSW.
As the vice chair of the Alumni Association, I have witnessed firsthand Amy Benton's ability to unite the members of the board. Amy is a member of the President's Circle, and for the past 8 years, she's served as a member of the Alumni Association, with the past 2 years taking the charge or leading the charge as president of the association. I've served on the board for, several years myself. And under Amy's leadership, she is a firecracker, I'll say. She's a firecracker because of the passion. She's a firecracker because she's passionate about the service that she's rendering to GSW. She's passionate about the students. And her leadership, although is strong and bold, is not forceful. It is engaging. Amy is very approachable. She's easy to talk to, and she listens with an open mind. She freely shares wisdom, her experiences, the advice that I've received from her made a difference in some of the decisions that I made concerning my family and my kids. I'm truly grateful that Amy crossed my path. She's touched me not only professionally, but personally. It is my honor to introduce this year's winner of the Leewynn J. Finklea Award for Georgia Southwestern State University, Amy Benton. Congratulations, Amy. You are very deserving.
Thank you, Angela, Stephen, Dr. Weaver, and my fellow alumni. It is truly an honor to receive this award. One of my New Year's resolutions has been to list the things that I'm grateful for each day. This university is certainly on my list. I left the small town of Camilla, Georgia, and moved into Duncan Hall on this beautiful campus in 1986. I was very excited, nervous, and scared. I had no idea what was ahead of me and no idea how much GSW would play a part in the master plan that God had for my life. I had no idea what great friends I would meet here. They're here tonight, and they've been our close friends for over 30 years. I had no idea how tough it would be to get a biology degree, but how caring my professors would be and how much they would encourage and guide me through my journey. I had no idea I would meet the man of my dreams here. Jeff, also a GSW alumni, and I have been married for 32 years. I also had no idea that because of our incredible experience, that both of our kids, Bryce and Brooke, would also choose GSW for their college experience. And they also met both of their spouses here, Kelly and Travis. I had no idea I would one day have an opportunity to serve the university on the Alumni Board of Directors, and certainly never dreamed I would be standing here to accept this prestigious award tonight. The name of the university has changed, the buildings have greatly improved, the professors have changed, but the heart of those that truly know what being a hurricane is, that will never change. There's something very special about this place that only those who experience the journey here will ever understand. I understand, and my family understands. I am forever grateful to GSW for all the memories you've given me. You truly are the best kept secret in the South. Thank you.
Congratulations, Amy. Congratulations, Turner family. I'd like to take this opportunity again to thank Aladdin, our gold sponsor, for the food tonight. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. We also want to thank our Alumni Legacy Scholarship recipients for assisting with setup tonight for this event. We also want to express our gratitude to the GSW Marshals, an incredible group of young leaders who are serving as hosts for this evening. You've probably seen them in their black gowns and their tuxedos. They look quite sharp. Please make sure you take a moment to meet them. They represent the university well and are shining examples of our student body. Speaking of young leaders, the Young Alumnus of the Year Award is given to an emerging leader who is making waves in his field, a positive reflection on the university, and a role model. Let's look at our next award winner.
The first time I met Qaijuan Willis was when he came to the chamber as an intern with the Work-Based Learning program at America Sumter High School. And the one thing that stood out to me about this young man was a joy, an inner joy and light that he exudes when he is in a room. He's positive, he has a great attitude, he's willing to do whatever he needs to make whatever you're working on or whatever he's working on successful. So I've had the privilege of working with Qaijuan not only in the chamber world. He was really kind of an administrative assistant. We ended up hiring him outside of the work-based learning program because he ended up having so many talents and skills that we were in need of at the time, and he just jumped right in, and we got to watch him fly. I was so excited when he decided to move back to Americus after a small stint going to another college. He came back, went to Southwestern, graduated from here, and actually came back to the chamber and asked if I knew of any job opportunities that were available. And I said to him, if you are moving back to Americus and you plan to stay here, I want you back at the chamber. It's hard to put into words everything that he encompasses, but he is a unifier, a consensus builder, and he is a very approachable professional in the aspect that he sees something that needs to be done and he proactively goes after it, but makes sure that everybody is on board with those decisions. And I know that he's been an asset to the City of Americus in more ways than one. I am proud for this young man. I am proud of this young man, and it has been an absolute honor to work around him and with him in everything that he does. So it is my esteemed pleasure to recognize Qaijuan Willis as the 2023 Young Alumnus of the Year for Georgia Southwestern State University.
Hey y'all, I am Qaijuan Willis, the Director of Americus Main Street and Downtown Development Authority for the City of Americus. Isn't this place beautiful? Let's give GSW and their staff another round of applause. I want to just say thank you for such an honor. In the field that I work in government, sometimes you wonder if the hard work you do, people see it and people appreciate it. And as a young African American male, I want to say thank you for the support. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the wisdom. Oh my goodness, I am so appreciative, and I'm very nervous if you cannot tell. I want to thank God. If it was not for my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, I would not be standing here tonight. I want to thank my parents. My mom is here. I'm going to ask all of my family and friends if they would stand and do the Queen's wave, please. My dad couldn't be here tonight. He is in Ohio, so we're praying for safe travels for him. All of my family, friends, thank you so much, City of Americus. Thank you so much, Angela Smith, for believing in me and giving me my first opportunity to get my foot in the door. I remember meeting with you, and you said yes. So we went to work, we made some things happen, and here I am today. I love you all so much, and I am going to stop talking now. I'm glad to be the youngest recipient tonight, Forever 21, not really, but thank you all so much. I love you, and enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Congratulations, Qaijuan. Appreciate the enthusiasm. Speaking of enthusiasm, I hope you have some of that when you open your gold boxes on your table. You see those in front of your programs. There is a nice pastry in there from Jennifer Payne. If any of you have had a birthday cake or a cake of some sort from Jennifer, you know how good those are, and so that's a treat for you tonight to take home with you. So we want to thank Jennifer for that. So thank you, Jennifer. We also want to give a special thanks again to the Alumni Board for the work they did to acquire silent auction gifts, and hopefully you've had a chance to look at your items and bid and rebid and watch and maybe put a max bid out there. So we're grateful for that. Hopefully you're enjoying looking at that process. The GSW Athletics Hall of Fame Award recognizes excellence in competition as a student athlete, a coach, or an advocate. And in this case, we're going to recognize a very special coach, Coach Brennan Sewell, who could not be here tonight, but he is going to, the award's going to be accepted on his behalf by some of his tennis alumni. So let's hear about Brennan Sewell.
The thing that always stood out to me about Brennan was just his passion, not only for GSW, but for the sport of tennis. And the men's and women's programs that he led here for 27 years wouldn't have been possible without just his unending passion for the university, for the players, both the men and women that played for him, and the staff, the faculty, all the people that he incorporated into making GSW tennis relevant, not only in the NAI when Brennan first started, but then at the NCAA Division II level as well. We felt that Brennan was a tremendous fit for the GSW Athletics Hall of Fame because it goes a lot further than just coaching. You'll see how many of his former players came back tonight to honor him, the diversity that Brennan brought to the campus. GSW's name globally because of Brennan and the student athletes he brought in here. So Brennan was more than just a tennis coach. He was really a valued mentor to the younger coaches we had here on staff. His longevity to do something for 27 years and to do it so well is certainly something that I'm in awe of when I watch Brennan, and just the effort and the enthusiasm he still gave to the men's and women's players was really something really impressive to watch, and always enjoyed the enthusiasm which Brennan approached the task. The success Brennan had as a coach, you can look at the commemorative tennis ball we have out there at the tennis court to show that he really brought GSW tennis to an elite level. They played for a national championship on the men's side back in the 1990s, and Brennan continued that all the way through the NCAA Division II. And I think the best part about Brennan was he never changed as a person. The success he had as a coach didn't affect his ability to relate to the kids, to relate to when he was recruiting. It was all relatable all 27 years that he was here, depending on the varying levels of success that he had. It gives me great pleasure tonight to welcome Brennan into the GSW Athletics Hall of Fame as not just a coach, but as a contributor to everything that we want GSW Hurricane Athletics to be about. We couldn't pick a more fitting representative than Brennan Sewell.
Well, hello, good evening. My name is Francisco, and most of you know me as Paco Paredes, from Spain, graduated in 2004. And this got me by surprise because I didn't know I was going to speak. So I'm just going to go forward with the Spanish because I feel better with the Spanish. So I'm sorry if you don't understand it. I'm just playing. I prepared something in the few minutes that I was given, but I'm just going to try to be as genuine as possible without reading. Coach, for us, has been the greatest person coming into GSW because most of us, back then, we were from abroad. I'm from Spain, colleague from Spain, some of the teammates coming from Brazil, some others from France, UK, Australia, and many others from here from the US. And coming from abroad, a place that was not our home, Obviously, Coach had a great impact for us to open not only GSW, but his house, where he was able to invite us and made us feel like we were home. Because of him, that we were able to learn so much, that we're going to be able to share those learnings and honor him as we move forward every year with everyone that we speak on. It is a privilege for us, and I speak in the name of all my colleagues here. It is a great honor for him to be in the Hall of Fame. So thank you for that. And we'll continue to come and visit as many years as we can.
Please help me thank our pianist and the interim dean of the College of Art and Sciences, Dr. Mark Laughlin, who has so graciously shared his talent with us this evening. I also hope that you've all had the opportunity to browse the auction items that are in the back. This year, we moved to the online format to open the auction up to both those who are both here and those who may not have been able to attend the gala in person. I want to thank GSW alumni Ethan Vick and Mark Manley of Weeks Auction Group for assisting us in this process. It is our pleasure to present the inaugural Canes Community Champion Award, which recognizes a dedicated servant of the community who shows a fervent record of collaboration with and advocacy for GSW.
When I think of a true community champion and his ties to GSW, Barry Blunt is the first name that comes to my mind. He was had such a pivotal role out here at GSW with all of his leaderships, from a graduate as well as serving on the foundation, and not just serving on the foundation, but again serving in leadership roles from secretary, chair, vice chair, on up the ladder. When I think of a community champion, I think of Barry Blunt. When I think of a Canes community champion, I definitely think of Barry Blunt with his involvement that he has had through being a graduate here at GSW, his service to GSW, as being on the foundation, and the various leadership roles on the executive board of the foundation, as well as his service to other boards throughout the community. Barry is a true leader. He's not self-serving. He works to find a solution, and sometimes that doesn't always make you a popular leader, but Barry gets the job done when you're asked and you ask him to do something. He steps right up to the plate. Congratulations, Barry. As a dear friend of yours, I'm very honored and excited to be able to make this presentation to you for the first ever Canes Community Champion.
Well, good evening. My wife told me to be brief, and I will. This is a great honor, and I thank you for it. I also want to congratulate all the other recipients tonight. The Turner family, very near and dear to my heart. They moved here to America about the same time we did, came to Georgia Southwestern, and my father taught out here. And so Georgia Southwestern has a dear spot in my heart. All that I have been able to accomplish throughout the years as chairman of the PTA and Chamber, Mayor of Americas, is due in part not to me, but because of the great people I work with. Lou Chase being one of them, another GSW graduate. And, this is a time that I thank you for honoring me, but in a way you're honoring those who have served with you throughout those years. And I'm just very humbled and thank you and appreciate the honor.
I can't express enough the importance of marketing and communication on this campus. We are so fortunate to have a mission possible team of professionals who excel in their field, and I'd like for us to take a moment to recognize Chelsea Collins, Director of Marketing and Communications, and her team of Incredibles, Sydney Scott, Multimedia Coordinator, and Haley Henderson, Web Content Strategist. We are looking forward to recognizing our Visionary Award winner for this evening. So if you'll take a moment to watch this video.
Well, first of all, you said Hugh Yaughn. It is Nubs, okay? Nubs. But what stood out when I first got to meet Nubs was the enthusiasm that he had for everything. And of course, enthusiasm draws forth enthusiasm. So I knew that he was an individual. And at the time we was recruiting for the fraternity, I knew I really wanted to get Nubs involved with Pi Kappa Phi. I joined the fraternity when I was a junior. So I had the independent side, but I knew if I wanted something long lasting, it had to be from a fraternity side. And I'm very fortunate to have 692 initiated brothers of Gamma Xi chapter that you go back to 67, 68, 69, and I'm dealing with grandkids that are in the latter 21st century. So it's just such an important draw that we have there. And what we wanted to do is endow a scholarship to help a future legacy of Pi Caps here at Georgia Southwestern. And I'm happy to say that individuals like Nubs and others came forth and we was able to meet the criteria and have exceeded it. And we're so excited about that. And we're excited about Gamma Xi now having a legacy here at Georgia Southwestern. Well, you couldn't have found anybody that cares more about what's in front of them than themselves. So Nubs is definitely qualified, and I'm excited for him to get this award. I am pleased to present Hugh Nubs Yaughn as the Visionary Award winner here this year at Georgia Southwestern State University. Get 'em, Nubs.
Okay, that's hard to follow. I choke up, y'all just gonna have to deal with it. However, I am glad to be the oldest recipient tonight. I'm glad with that, So 74 is good. Okay, my years at Georgia Southwestern was, I played baseball for Coach Knight, and somebody at the table a while ago said, "Oh, that was Fossil." Yep, that's what we call him. And I like to thank there's a couple of my baseball players that played baseball with me here tonight. I'd like to thank them for coming. I'd like to thank my fraternity brothers on table 16 and their wives, and some more scattered in some other places that were fraternity brothers. I'd like to thank them for coming out tonight for me. And this up here, don't know what that means. Another one of my brothers who's actually nominated me for this award, Bill Finney, is having some medical issues at this time, and y'all put him on your prayer train. We'd appreciate that. Another one, I'd like to thank my wife, because our organization called Fostering Bullet, we work with foster kids, at-risk kids, work with families that have bad situations like burnout families, a house burns down, or any kind of things like this. We have 3 different major functions in our Fostering Bullet program. We're not just Fostering Bullet, we're fostering, we had to have a name, so we had to throw a name in there, and we lived in Bullock County, so Fostering Bullet was it. Now, like I said, we help out people everywhere. I even sent some stuff to one of my fraternity brothers got a church over in another county, over in Willis County, and they came through going to Savannah, and I actually sent them some stuff. We do stuff anyway. And I got Angela talked into her daughter lives in Savannah, and we're on the way, so she's going to actually stop by one time and actually see what all we do. We have 3 different groups. We have a 7-mile farm, which is a recreation facility for foster kids, which is up and running. We have a Hope Chest, which is located in Statesboro, where we help out all these people, individual people. And then we have a building called Amplify Hope Building that is located on our 7-mile farm, where we help out charitable organizations that help out other individual people. And all this stuff is donated to us, and we just are the middleman and get it in the right hands, the right people. Our main saying, we have one main saying in our total program is, happiness is taking care of somebody in need. And that's what we live by. Okay? And a bunch of that was brought about by me being at Georgia Southwestern College, and all the teachers and everybody that took, pushed you to do the best you could possibly do. See, I have one little story and I'll get down. All right. Miss Higginbotham. Anybody remember Miss Higginbotham? She taught in the education department. So, I always procrastinated, right? We had to do so many little write-ups by the end of the semester. And that's what she said. By the end, well, it wasn't semester, it was quarter. And so she said, get these things in. So me being a wise old man, a wise young man then, I turned them all in the last week of semester, or the quarter. Oh, that wasn't good. But she had to grade like 7, 8 papers, and I had an A going into all this, right? So when I got a B on my report card, I went to see her, and she said, listen, when you turn in stuff late, and I said, what late? You said the end of the quarter. She said, don't you realize I have like 4 or 5 classes, and I have like 20 to 30 people in each one, and all of them turned in 7, 8 papers. So the quicker you get them in, the quicker I get them graded. So after that, the classes that I took under Miss Higginbotham, they was in about 2 weeks after class started. So, but that was stuff that teachers like that actually took interest in you and pushed you to do the best you could be. And hopefully I'm representing Georgia Southwestern well in Georgia Southern Territory in Statesboro, Georgia. All right. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
I know that Sparky and Aeolian hated that they couldn't be here tonight, but he wanted to make sure that he did something for Nubs, and so we were glad we could make that happen. I'm sure you all noticed the beautiful floral arrangements this evening. These were created by Holloway. and his talented team at Gatewood's Flower Shop. And as always, they are stunning, as we knew that they would be. I just hope Leon didn't mind working for an event in which he was one of the stars. The Aeolian Award is given to an alumnus who has distinguished himself in his profession as well as in his community. This award is chosen based on outstanding lifetime achievement as a distinguished alumni and community leader. It is my esteemed privilege to present this year's Aeolian Award to a pillar of our community. Let's watch.
I can't think of anyone more deserving for this honor than Leon Holloway. He's just, I don't know, I've been knowing him many years and I love him. He's just wonderful. He's a wonderful, giving person, and I don't think anyone could be more deserving for this honor than he is.
I agree. We see it every day, but what he does for people, and a lot of times they don't even realize that he's done this, and I've seen him in church, everything he does in church, from the handbell choir, the flowers. It's just amazing what all he does.
The fundraiser for the organ, he did.
Yes,
he was
it a big
instrumental in
fundraiser.
that.
He gave a really large dinner to raise money and
Yes.
fabulous food.
You just say the word that you need something, and Leon's on it.
And he'll come up with the idea to get it done.
And it's always successful. Well, I think Leon's very passionate about the college. I mean, it's in his heart. He loves Georgia Southwestern, and it shows in things he does for the college and things he does for the students of the college.
He's always got his gold shirt on
Yeah,
Thursday.
exactly,
Make sure he wears that. And if any of the fraternities or the kids are raising money at the school, he's going to buy a lot of whatever they're selling. And it's just amazing what he does for these kids.
It's our honor to say a few things about Leon. I mean, we could talk all day about it, but this Aeolian Award couldn't go to a more deserving person. And we love you, Leon.
And congratulations.
Congratulations.
Angela asked me, I think yesterday when I was out here getting some things straightened out, to keep this very short, and I promise you it will be. I am not one for speaking, but I am so happy that for the last 50 years I've been able to draw an employment tool from the university. Also with that, not just employment, but I also got a new hair color by employing these kids. You see, this doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from Southwestern students. Truly. But I do thank the university for this award, this honor. I'm very appreciative. I'm very humbled of that. And I would like to, while we're talking about anniversaries, my 50th one for doing the graduation flowers for Southwestern. It's also, yesterday was the 62nd anniversary of the inauguration of John F. Kennedy, president. So I'd like to borrow just a phrase or two from that address and to remind all of us, when we make a call out here, call President Weaver and don't say, what can Southwestern do for me? But instead say, what can I do for Southwestern? And let me promise you, he'll have a list about this long. So feel free, give Neil a call, and he will guide you into a wider path of giving. Thank you so much.
I'm not sure if Leon knew that Dr. Weaver was next on the program, but it's good. It's good that he is, because that's a good segue. But before we get there, I want to say a few more words of thanks. To one in particular is to the Sumter EMC and many of their staff. You probably noticed the tent. I'm sure you noticed the tent as you walked in as it was raining. That was they stepped in and filled a need when we needed that. So thank you, Renee. Thank you for all the staff members that you brought in yesterday afternoon, and it looks really nice. Again, our staff that put this event together tonight did a really good job to make a tent look classy. So thank you to Sumter EMC. Also, again, just want to thank our sponsors. And I'm going to mention, I mentioned the gold sponsors, but you know, all of you that are here tonight, they're sitting at these tables, that have reserved these tables. You know, this event is made possible because you're here. You didn't come if you didn't buy a table, if you didn't buy a ticket. You know, this event would not be a success. So thank you. Thank you very much. Accelerated Physical Therapy, America's Main Street, the Augusta Howard Warren Fund, the Center for Educational Adventure, Citizens Bank of Americas, Dr. and Mrs. Ben Andrews, Garnto Financial Group, Robert Baker and Associates, the GSW Alumni, that's the Jimmy Peel and Friends, GSW Alumni and Friends, Mr. and Mrs. Renee Smith, GSW Athletics, the GSW Foundation, the GSW College of Nursing and Health Sciences, the Office of the President, the Tennis Alumni, Mr. Andrew Alston, Mr. Qaijuan Willis, Miss Mandy Timmons, Perry Brothers Oil Company, and the Pi Kappa Phi alumni, and Stick and his friends. So thank you again. Let's give a round of applause to you all. All right. Leon said that Dr. Weaver was going to bring it home. So that's just what he's going to do. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Neil Weaver, President of Georgia Southwestern State University.
Well, good evening. I brought Christy because she looks so good, and that always helps me out. So I'm going to let her go first, and then I got a few things to say.
Y'all know I'm not a public speaker. It's this guy. He left at lunch yesterday and said, "Oh, by the way, you're going on stage with me tomorrow." And I said, "What am I supposed to say?" And he said, "Say whatever you want to say." So I did tell him that no jokes allowed tonight. So you can thank me for that later. No jokes. I do want to take a minute. If you'll look at the back of the room up in the stands one more time, and I've got two of them here. I am so lucky to be an advisor to the marshals. And I just want you to look at them and see how nice they look. We have worked on their dress. We've worked on their manners. And I'd just like to thank them tonight for being host and hostess, and I think they did a smashing job. So can we give them a thanks? And I just want to say one more thing. Qaijuan and Mr. Nubbs, is that right? Thank you for getting emotional. If you all know me, I am so emotional, and it was nice to not be the only one sitting in my seat tearing up, hearing all these stories. Neil and I have been in this for 2 years, and I can say in all the communities that we've been in and on the campuses that we've been on, we have never been in a community like this one. Y'all are special people, and I hope you realize that. We have felt the love. We're on our 6th year here, which is crazy. It's flown. But y'all are just amazing. You have made us feel like part of your family, and we have not been here that long. Amy and Jeff, dear friends, they enveloped us as if we were family from the beginning. we feel like we helped raise their kids, even though they were already here on campus. And Leon has just loved us and done more for us than we can ever return. So everybody on this list tonight has had an effect on our lives and has touched us in some way. So me being an emotional person, Neil won't say that, but I just want to say thank you for touching our lives.
She said she wasn't a public speaker. You know, at the very beginning, Doug mentioned Rudolph Patterson and the impact that people can make by encouraging others to make a difference, to being leaders and being an example. It's amazing. It really is amazing. And it opened the door for Doug to make a difference in people's lives. And I know Doug enjoys that and gets joy from that. And so Rudolph's legacy lives on through you, and I know you're going to pass that on to others as well. And that's what makes what we're doing here tonight so special, because our honorees are leaving a legacy for others to follow. And, you know, we are honoring you in a selfish way because we desperately want this university to be looked at the way that people look at you. You are special people that people adore, that people cherish, that people are drawn to. And when you share that with us, you make us look good. And so we appreciate that very much. Now, I do want to say, Qaijuan, you might be the youngest here, but that also means you have the most left to do. So you're not off the hook. This was an award presuming that you'll be back later for more. The tennis players, I'm so glad that you could come, and I know that we all wish Coach Sewell could be here. But what an incredible legacy and an inspiration to all of us who work here at the university to see the impact we make on lives and that he made on your lives, that you would come here to say these things tonight and be a part of this. And so we thank you for honoring him in that way, and we're proud of all that you have accomplished. And we know that Georgia Southwestern and Coach Sewell was a big part of that. Now, Amy, I don't know if you know this or not, but Duncan Hall is closed down. I don't know that it was because that you lived there, but it's been a long time, and it's no longer there. But we do appreciate your service to the university, not just as a student and as a parent of students, but you continue to serve the institution and lead in an important and valuable way. And so we appreciate that very much. Nubs, I had no idea that. I guess someday I want to know how you got to be Nubs, but the legacy that you're leaving is incredible. The impact you're having on people's lives, and for this university to play a part in helping you develop that is really special. And certainly Mayor Blunt, when I think it was my first day here, they drove me out to the parking lot of the bank, and you came out and told me I better get it right because you were tired of this place not getting it right. No, it's not that. I appreciate you coming out on my very first day and welcoming me to town, and every single time we needed something, you were there for us, and we appreciate that. And you did that because I know you love the institution, but I know you love this community, and we love being a part of it. So we thank you for that. And certainly, Leon has made a huge impact. Christy and I have been here for 6 years. He's been doing this for 50, and more than that. And we just appreciate so much what you do for this community and what you do for this university. And we're glad Christy and I are glad that we got to know you, and we got to be a part of your life here. And as Christy said, you've been a big part of our life, so we appreciate that. I just, this is a special event for us. It's the first time that we've had a Gold Force Gala, and it's an opportunity for us to recognize and thank some people who have made a difference at this university and in the lives of lots of other people. But I want to go back to that first video, because every day we have the opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life. And your contributions, your connection to this university inspires these young people to be better, to strive for their dreams, to stay involved. It's so easy to quit. It's so easy to fail. But when they know you're behind them, when they know that you believe in them, they can make it happen. And so scholarships that we're raising money for, the investment that you make in them is so important. And so we thank you for that. Thank you for the opportunity that you give to this university to continue to make a difference in people's lives, just as it's made in your lives. And so we want to be your partner in leaving that legacy for others. And we appreciate you helping us make the Gold Force Gala a special event. It's going to be a fun night. Don't leave. The music's going to play. We're going to dance a little bit. And I think there's some desserts left. And I think the bar is going to be open. So let's have a good time and celebrate Georgia Southwestern and all of our great alumni and all these great honorees. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, President Weaver. Thank you, Christy. And Christy, I'm very glad that you came up here with him, because it looked a lot better that way. A lot better that way. Dr. Weaver mentioned, how you can support, and I want to give you some information on how you can do that. The first is www.gsw.edu/give. Okay, that's one way. Another way is 229-931-2014. That's my phone number, so call me when you want to make a gift. And then the third is stephen.snyder@gsw.edu. So any of those ways you can reach out to us. But in all seriousness, we are glad to talk about various ways that you can give back. So if you do have questions, or if you're interested in making a gift of some sort, I do encourage you to reach out to our office, and we'd be glad to connect you with the right opportunity for you based on your interests and your passions. There are a few housekeeping items I'd like to share before we turn it over to the band. Award winners, please gather at the stage immediately following the program for some additional pictures. Remember, the silent auction ends at 9:30. If you win an item, you will receive an invoice via email for you to claim the item that you've won. The mainstream band will begin shortly. Again, please stick around as the night will continue. If you would, please check the gold boxes at your table for a sticker, a star sticker under the box. The person that has that box can go home with the table centerpiece, made by none other than Leon Holloway. That's the most excited I've heard you guys all night. And one other item, if you are, again, you've probably been looking at these all night, but at your table setting is biographies of all of the award winners. Please take that home, and you can learn more about the winners. Again, we're so proud of them. We're so proud that you're here with us tonight. And one last thing, I just want to say thank you for being here and for helping us take tomorrow by storm. Good night.